Looks like Ben Affleck won't be answering the bat signal just once. The internet exploded last week when Warner Brothers announced that the Argo actor and director will play Batman in the sequel to Man of Steel. You better get used to the idea because Affleck may be playing the Caped Crusader for a while. His deal is rumored to include several upcoming films, including the long-awaited Justice League movie that will unite Batman and Superman with other DC heroes like The Flash and Wonder Woman. The Hollywood Reporter claims that there's a chance Ben Affleck may even direct one of the new DC movies, although no official announcements about that have been made.
This is what I do, and I've never left anyone behind.
Warner Brothers is setting up a new cinematic universe that encompasses all the DC heroes, similar to what arch nemesis Marvel has done with the Avengers. The sequel to Man of Steel is the next installment, and it arrives in summer 2015. Old school Star Wars fans and film purists are going to like the way Episode 7 looks.
Action.
The film cinematographer Dan Mindell has announced that he and director J.J. Abrams plan to shoot on 35mm film instead of using digital cameras like most recent movies. Mindell has worked with Abrams on several projects, including the recent Star Trek Into Darkness, where they also shot on film. This means Episode 7 will more closely resemble the look of the classic Star Wars trilogy and not the prequels. Attack of the Clones and Revenge of the Sith were two of the first movies shot entirely with digital cameras, but many complain that the images look too clean. George Lucas is obviously a proponent of the digital format, but he's not in charge anymore. Star Wars Episode 7 begins shooting on film next year. Anyone preparing for the final stage of their initiation will want to see the first trailer for Divergent. The new movie is based on the best-selling book series and takes place in a dystopian future where people are forced into rigid social classes. Lead actress Shailene Woodley plays a divergent young woman, which means she can't be placed into a specific class and has to fight back in order to stay alive. Because of the dark themes, director Neil Berger wanted to make sure the film would look and feel more realistic than other sci-fi movies.
I wanted the performances to feel real, and I wanted it to visually be very real and raw. I just wanted to shoot it on the streets of Chicago and not do CGI landscapes or digital skylines or anything like that.
Divergent jumps into theaters next March. The book it's based on is the first installment of a trilogy, so expect at least 2 more movies. Avatar 2 isn't the only way you'll be able to return to the alien world of Pandora. 4 different Avatar spin-off novels are in the works. They'll explore and expand upon the universe with all new stories, characters, and locations, similar to the Star Wars Expanded Universe novels. All 4 of them are being penned by science fiction author Stephen Charles Gould, and he's working closely with James Cameron to ensure the stories will fit into the Avatar franchise. Cameron is also working on the scripts for 3 Avatar sequels with help from different screenwriters. The new films will be shot back to back to back, with production slated to begin next year. The first new movie arrives in December 2016, with the other 2 following in 2017 and 2018. If you're obsessed with a game and you play it enough, you might just get a movie made about you. Sony is developing a film based on the Gran Turismo games. You may be wondering how they plan to get a story and characters out of a racing sim, but now Gran Turismo creator Kazunori Yamauchi has revealed the goods. The movie will tell the true story of Spanish racer Lucas Ordonez, who became a professional driver after playing the Gran Turismo games and winning the GT Academy competition. It will chronicle his rise to real-life racing fame, which means there will be plenty of fast cars and heartwarming themes about growth and maturity. There's no word yet on when Gran Turismo will race into theaters, but the next game in the franchise, Gran Turismo 6, crosses the finish line on December 6th. It's being developed for the PS3, but there are rumors that it might also find its way to the PS4. It looks like Sylvester Stallone may not reprise his bloodiest role after all. Last week, a TV series based on the Rambo movies was announced, with Stallone in talks to return as the deadly character.
Don't push it, I'll give you a war you won't believe.
Now it seems those talks have broken down because, according to The Hollywood Reporter, Stallone will not be appearing in front of the camera. He may still serve as a producer on the project, along with the Expendables producer, Avi Lerner. Expect more details to come in from the jungle soon. Sylvester Stallone will be reprising another famous role. He'll appear in an upcoming Rocky spin-off movie, which will focus on the grandson of his rival-turned-friend, Apollo Creed. This will be Stallone's 7th time entering the ring as Rocky. It's the end of an era again because the animated series Futurama has been canceled again. The show will come to an epic conclusion next week on Wednesday, September 4th. This isn't the first time Futurama has been canceled. It originally ran on Fox from 1999 to 2003 before the network pulled the plug. This doesn't mean you've seen the last of Fry, Leela, and Bender. The Futurama characters will travel back in time to the town of Springfield in a special crossover episode of The Simpsons.